Hey, Tracy. Great to have you, man.
Thank you, Clay. How you doing today, bud?
I'm doing great. I'm proud to represent Taste of Country today, and it's a real honor to talk to you, man. I've been doing country radio since '96, the heyday of the Tracy Lawrence Empire. So thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother.
So things are a lot different this year. You know, CMA Fest, obviously, with everything that's going on in the world. Let's talk a little bit about you and CMA Fest in the past. I mean, you have any favorite memories about the whole thing?
You know, some of my more favorite memories go all the way back to when it was still fanfare, because my career was just getting rolling. When I had my first hit in, January of '92, Sticks and Stones went #1, and that following June was my first fanfare of that year. And, you know, for the next several years, you know, McGraw popped and Chesney popped and, Mark Chestnut was rocking and all my buddies. And back then we would set up in the fair barn out at the fairgrounds where the Nashville Speedway was. And so everybody would do these real elaborate booths, and there was, you'd come in and you'd do autographs at these certain times, you'd do all this stuff. And we would have water gun fights and throw just silly string at each other and do all kinds of crazy stuff back then. We had a great time.
What's it like to meet your fans at a place like CMA Fest?
Those encounters at Fanfare and CMA Music Fest are very unique because there's no other genre of music that does what we do. And there's no place else where you can go where you have the access to so many artists and people that have inspired you and music that's influenced you and all those things. And I think it's real important for us as artists to remember that and try to take the time when we can to stop and say thank you and to hear their stories and to appreciate where they come from. You know, I've got songs that I remember from back in high school, songs from an artist at a particular time at a certain time in my life. And they're synonymous with that memory. That music is kind of a soundtrack that plays in my mind when I reflect back on that. And I think as an artist, you've got to try your best to remember how that music impacted you and not forget how those fans feel about it and the perspective that they come from.
Well, Tracy, when we get back to the things that are quote unquote normal, what's a bit of advice you can give us that you're like, this is something I've learned from the stars, from me, that you should know?
Oh man, I think right now, let's just be good to each other. Music is such a powerful thing. It can have such a great impact on people that you love. Write songs that have good messages to them. Let's try to be appreciative of this great country that we live in and all the things we've been blessed with. And let's be kind to each other.
Tracy, on behalf of Taste of Country and everybody listening, I mean, me personally, I just wanted to thank you for staying true to who you are. Songs that come on the radio, even today, that are your songs, aren't just lyrics, aren't just melodies. They're life, they're lessons, and I thank you for that.
Thank you, Clay. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time today.
Good luck, stay healthy, and we can't wait to see you again out on the road somewhere.
Absolutely, brother.